And we're back in Diablo 4, and in this episode we're just going to we're gonna run a dungeon, and I'm just going to recap some slight updates with the build. Hey, a casual interruption in today's video. As I had finished the recordings and was gonna start hard at work at editing, I noticed that a patch hit, and it is patch 1.0.3. Where they had a bunch of game fixes and all that lovely gameplay fixes and some quests and UI stuff. And I noticed, as we're scrolling down, they've increased experience awarded for completing Nightmare Dungeons. I wish they would have done that prior to me finishing the ones you're about to watch. And also with the killing monsters and all the Helltide, all this lovely stuff. But I was scrolling through and I was like, oh, I see that there is some balance changes, and I scroll down and I scroll down, looking for our lovely, wonderful Necromancer, and oh, there he is! Or she. They. There they are. And the important one, I mean, there's some, interesting increases. I think it was increases across the board. But the important one that I really wanted to showcase is Raise Skeleton and Golem. Minions will now always engage targets with a cast curse. This is big. I haven't gotten to go in and test it just yet, but it is a way for our minions to, or at least a way for us to focus our minions on enemies and maybe specific targets. I mean, it's tough. Our curse radius is rather large. But it at least focuses them into that one area, as opposed to right now where they can do whatever the hell they want. If there's enemies, like maybe one enemy that spawns behind you, you're going to lose all of your mages. They're going to turn around and try to focus that. You might even get some of your warriors to try to break off. But with this, you cast a curse, they should all focus on that radius, like what's in that curse radius, and if they have the curse debuff. So this is big. I'll probably try to do a video later showcasing this change, but without further ado, back to the video. And I always recommend when you're playing these games, be flexible, change things up. Some people make some great suggestions, give it a shot. It doesn't hurt to try. You never know how much better it's going to be. You could, figure out, oh my God, this is amazing. So we made some slight changes. We are now, we have removed... We're not doing Army of the Dead anymore. It was good. It wasn't great. We've switched over to Bone Storm, mainly because we get some extra little modifiers here, which is, I mean, the big one is your critical strike chances increased by 20% while active. We have a little bit of damage reduction. And we also went from Kalen's Edict to Shadow Blight. As awesome as this sounds, Kalen's Edict is... You're gonna be, especially in this end game, we're taking a lot of damage a lot. Like, even if it's a little tick here, tick there. So having this up, it's very finicky, where with Shadow Blight, it's up as long as you're using your ability. So it's much better. Now, the reason I kind of went for that crit rate is I want to increase my critical chance, because I know my attack power is still very low. I'm still missing a couple of pieces of gear that will really boost it. But let's get this started as I just explain a little bit. They've, the much further Necromancer players in Diablo 4, who are much, much higher up there, and have been doing a lovely time analyzing, testing, and doing all that fun stuff, I've pretty much kind of figured out that... Oh, this is like the worst one. Why did I go here? Oh, I'm already here. What am I doing? I've figured out that our lovely ring of Mendelin, the lucky hit bonus that it provides, that damage, isn't based off of your minions' damage. It seems to be based off of our damage. So if we can get our crit up to about 100, which is not actually that hard to do if you go the bone route, you can see damage numbers in the millions. And I'm kind of switching to that slightly, and I think I might end up doing a full commitment switch over to the bone spear build, mainly because of that crit bonus if that sticks around. If that doesn't get, you know, adjusted or changed in the upcoming patch. I'm kind of waiting for the much bigger patch. That's the bone spear build right there. That's coming soon, so I'm just kind of waiting to see what that big, massive patch brings, and then I'll probably switch some stuff over. But they've seen, and they haven't done an updated build guide yet for their stuff, like Gaza.
I need more time.
They're seeing consistent, like, in the millions damage, so they're really tearing through stuff, which I'm really eager to see, because I'm not I mean, I got the ring. The ring is the biggest part. So if I just get some other pieces of gear, we'll be really tearing through and making quick work of these dungeons. So here we are in a nightmare dungeon, tier 32. We're at level 81. I've really been focusing and pushing on these, mainly because, and I hate this one. I should have picked a different one. Do I have a crit one? Do I have a crit one? Oh my word! It's a low one, but I'll just use it. For a big reason, I want to keep doing 31 and plus. Is the big thing is the new, well, I shouldn't say new, but the ultra rare uniques, those crazy ones like the Shaco, the Grandfather, all those crazy uniques that people would love to get their hands on. They're only going to drop from mobs that are 85 plus. And you can guarantee that by just doing Nightmare Dungeons tier 31 and up. It doesn't matter your level. If you can come in here and handle these mobs, as you can see, I can. You have a chance at least of seeing some of those drop. Another slight change I've done in the build, and you probably just noticed it with that attack, is I've kind of switched up my legendary aspects a little bit. I've stopped using... Oh geez, which one did I stop using? I think it was the defense one, so now that I'm currently at a two-hander, and oh my word, the poison. Two-hander, and I've gotten rid of one of my lovely damage reduction aspects. Oh boy, we get hit hard, and you're gonna see that happen here, but we're generally okay. But I'm running the Shadow Blight, or the Blight aspect, that when it casts, the effect on the ground will pull things to it. Specifically, and I'll pull it up here on the screen. Where did I put it? Here, this one. Each time your Shadow Blight key passive deals damage. Oh no, not that one. I'm running that one too, as a test. Oh, I forgot I was running that one. I'm running that as a test. Must be in my chest. Nope. Gloves. Yes, gloves. Blight's defiled area when spawn pulls in enemies around the affected area. So the goal is to get everybody in one lovely little ball, and then hit. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Hit. Oh, this is awful. Hit with some of our abilities. It should really, we should see a lot of big numbers and things just melt. Unfortunately, it's kind of a bad spot to be in, and things are exploding, and I kind of got to be away. This was not the best Nightmare Dungeon to do. I probably could have skipped this one and trashed it, which I highly recommend you look at your sigils before you use them and make sure they're conducive to what you're doing. Don't be afraid to trash them, because you can always craft more. Stop. Like, this is one of the ones I hate the most. Just because I kind of forget to pay attention and that jerk of a crystal ends up popping on me. Plus, it doesn't help when our corpse explosion is so large. Sometimes I don't see the ground stuff. Oh, man. Oh, man. There's a guy in here somewhere. There he is. This guy. Kill him first. Get rid of the shield. Kill the aura, please. There we go. There's another one. Oh, I missed. Oh, I ran right into it. See? Wasn't paying attention. And I popped like a balloon. But that's okay. There's plenty of corpses in there. Pick up stuff. Ooh, an elixir. See, I almost missed that. So yeah, I think the biggest push is once you can get to mobs at 85, do them. Do them, do them, do them. That's your best chance of getting some of those crazy, amazing uniques like the Harlequin Shaco there. All right, let's speed through this now. Where's the urn? Up here, I think. Have I seen it yet? No. All right, second part of the dungeon. Let's get this going. Don't get feared, please. Everybody does. Perfect. But see, there's a lot of numbers in there, huh? A lot of big numbers. I mean, we're not pushing millions, but we're almost hitting the 6 figures. And that's with, I would consider, just okay gear. We're missing things like increased core damage. And that's one of the reasons why bone is so good, is that on your weapon, you can get increased crit damage with bone skills. It doesn't exist for shadow skills. There's just kind of like increased damage over time. But we want the crit. Our crit is probably with this silly minimal elixir I have going on. It's probably, let's see, in the 30s. Yeah, 37%. So our 30% chance to crit. Let's get rid of this guy quick. And we're getting something like 200%. What was it? Yeah, 205% increased crit damage. So that's insane. Higher that number goes, and the more guaranteed chances we can crit, you're gonna see some insane numbers. Oh, there's a 6 figure. We hit a 6 in there. And then with this up, we have our further increased chance to crit. So you can pretty much get a bone necro to about 100% crit. You know, heavily reliant on gear. But you can do insane damage, and that's what they've been testing, and would love to see what they also might have changed for that build. Very eager to see. It's very promising. Granted, you know, no major changes happen with the ring. I think it's kind of reliant on the ring and how its damage is amplified. So yeah, this has been working very well. As you can see, it's been smooth. Still slow chug throughout the dungeon, but it's you know, we died once, and that was because I was I jumped right into it. But outside of that, we're pretty. Oh, I don't want to do an event. The events can be good. They can give you sigil dust and all that lovely stuff, but I'm here just to get this done quick-ish. So I'm gonna skip the event. Ow! Stop. But we can, yeah, I can really explode things now. I mean, we did well before my changes, but I've definitely seen it, notice a significant increase in damage we're doing and how quick things are dying. I've been really a big fan of the blight change there, or the aspect that pulls them into a nice one spot. Kind of really makes that explosive damage really lay waste to the enemies. See those numbers just ticking away. One more favored, which I think is probably off to my left. So not another shield. Kill it. Okay, we're fine. All right, that last one has been dispatched. Let's take out the boss. Now I noticed, I feel, at least me personally with the switches in my build, single target has been a little bit slower compared to the other one with the, I think especially with the, well, I don't have my ultimate up right now, but I don't know, I feel like it's slowed down a little bit, but I think it's just if I don't get this up and running immediately, it's definitely slower, but still very quick. And like that, that's a 32 done. Upgrade some of my glyphs here. Definitely want to get those maxed out. But as you can see, it's pretty painless. The only thing is I'm a little bit more squishy. I've been actually also contemplating testing whether, because I think it's it's not super expensive if I refund everything in here. But, switching the initial, trying to get some more damage in here. Sacrificing the resist and the life. Possibly. Thinking about it, I don't know. The resist all is really nice. But it's a thought. It's a thought if I switch and go more damage focused. Just to play around. There are a couple of resources out there, like D4 Builds also has a build tester that you can kind of go through and just, you know, sheet numbers and see how well it would change. I might fiddle with that. But so far, honestly, the change from Army of the Dead to Bone Storm has been great. And then from Kalen's Edict to Shadowblight's been really helpful, along with having my gear updated to kind of reflect that with the... Where is it again? Oh, yeah, Blights, Defiled Area when Spawn pulls in enemies, and then I'm also been playing around with each time your Shadowblight key passive deals damage to enemies, it increases the next Shadowblight's damage with it in 10 seconds by 20%. It's a slow it's very... I rolled low, unfortunately, on that. If it was 40, it would be greater. Stacking up to 5 times. I've been noticed damage increase with that. So, I mean, what would we walk away with? A bunch of sacreds, so nothing great. Oh, that's, no, also a sacred. No ancestrals, which is a bit of a bummer. But it was relatively painless. I would love to get this up higher, so I'm really been focusing on trying to get a new weapon to up it. I'm thinking of maybe going a strong one-hander and a focus. That should give me a nice big damage increase. I've seen some folks hit the 10,000s, which is mind-blowing to me. I mean, they're in their level 90s, which is, if you didn't know, level 85 is halfway to 100. So we got a big hill to climb once we hit level 85. But thank you, as always, for stopping by and checking out my videos. I really appreciate it. I'm really hoping to push more towards when the big update happens. I'll do some more videos, maybe some more grinding, because there's some big changes happening with the Nightmare Dungeons. They should be a little bit faster to get to and run. But yeah, with that, thank you, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!